Hello and welcome to episode 1 out of whoever knows, 50 something, where I'm going to be walking through every historical victory for rise and fall of civilization, dawn of civilization. And welcome to the big map. It's finally here. We waited so long. Okay, so first we're starting off with Egypt, obviously. Uh, our first goal, we basically want to get the pyramids and the Sphinx built as soon as possible. So we're going to rush for masonry. Start making a farm. And we're going to make a settler first. This settler, going to send him down here. I'll explain why in a minute. Well, that settler, his role, that city's going to make primarily a bunch of workers because we have a ton of tiles here in Egypt that needs improving. And what with it being the desert, it takes longer to make improvements on the tile. We just need a ton of workers. Also, roads everywhere. Yeah. So they change, or Leorith changed the effects for the pyramids and the Sphinx, and I kind of like it now. The Sphinx is kind of underwhelming a little bit, but it is cheaper. But it does sync well with the pyramids. The pyramids are kind of awesome now. Alright, we got our farm online. Never waste a turn with your worker. I'm gonna settle right here. And let's start making the temple. Settle here. Slavery. And what we're going to do next is we're going to beeline towards divination so we can make the oracle. Pretty much a necessity. Worker first. No, I'm sorry. Let's do a temple first. Give the city a chance to grow a little bit. Because we don't need workers too immediately. We just have a couple of improvements to make. Yeah, so I settle here because, one, it's in our core. Two, when copper gets researched, copper spawns right here. So this city can make use of that. And it's also got access to this cotton. It's just probably the best place for your second city. Here, you have too much of desert in your tile. And he really toned up the financial hit you take for expanding. See, I only have 2 cities, and already I'm getting 2 gold on civic upkeep. So I have to turn it down to 70%. So it does make you think a little bit before expanding, at least as Egypt. Let's work that production. Right. So we're going to do the pyramids first because that gives us some specialist slots. And we're going to have a ton of population in this capital, in case you couldn't tell. We're already at a nearly size 3. We're going to finish this farm. We're going to work this tile for another hammer. Boom. Improve the salt. Yeah, next up, we're going to start cranking out workers here. So I want to start getting some culture in this city, primarily because when we make the oracle, I'm going to make it in this city right here and not here. Why? Because I'd rather this city focus on making a military, and also the extra culture down here is super handy. it'll allow the borders to expand all the way to the gold and just start stealing tiles from the Nubians when they spawn. And that's just like free culture from the Oracle. Of course, you can't make it here, but that's just my preference. Sailing. Got to babysit the citizen manager, unfortunately. They don't want to work the salt by itself. There's the pyramids. All right. I really like this effect, plus a great person per happiness from resources. Um, it really scales well as you expand your empire. Because right now we get, when we make the Sphinx, we're gonna get stone and marble as happiness. But later on, we're gonna get cotton and incense and gold, and we're gonna expand to the Levant over here. It's really, I like this new feature for the pyramid. Of course, we gotta flip on our priest. I'm gonna wait until we grow. Well, no, I just run the engineer. In general, for the great people you get as Egypt, I would say the Great Prophet is superior because he has better bulbing pathways. He can bulb ceremony and calendar. Um, Super helpful, especially calendar, to start making plantations. Because right now we're hurting for commerce. Um, the Great Prophet can also bulb writing and priesthood and literature and philosophy. And we need to make the Great Library. So it just scales really well with the path. Great engineers, on the other hand, um, they get pastoralism, smelting, construction alloys. We don't really need construction, and unfortunately that's like his number one technology he likes to research. We are going to go for alloys eventually, though. We do need light swordsmen. It is nice to have at least one great engineer to rush out the Great Lighthouse. But other than that, you should try to get as many priests as possible. Not that it's really a choice; it's kind of random. But all right, there is our Sphinx. Nice. And if you do nothing else other than rush out the Sphinx and the pyramid, that's enough to get you enough culture for your first goal. This first goal is really a freebie. Even if I didn't make any temples, we'd be golden. Um, right. Next, we're going to make a granary. Because I want to emphasize our food growth. Play to our strengths and all that. Alright, there is our marble. So, we can make the oh wait. I need divination first. My bad. Almost there. And we're going to start making a barracks here. Yeah. Um, so we do have a great prophet or engineer about to be born. I want to keep ceremony and calendar available for bulbing in case it's a prophet. And I think if it's an engineer, I might just do pastoralism and tanning for our bulb. It's not the best because it's not as many beakers, but with the great engineer, unfortunately, it's all we got. So let's see what we get in 2 turns. Oh, so I want to void here, here. So I think we're going to research. You know what? We're going to turn down our research for 2 turns. Ooh, commerce. These guys always spawn here, but they never seem to be interested in me. They always come over here. So don't be afraid of them. Yeah, we got an engineer. So here we're going to do pastoralism and tanning. And like I said, not optimal, but still not complete loss. It reveals our horses. Nice. Okay. So next, we're going to use our oracle to hit ceremony and calendar when we make that. So let's start researching leverage. So we can make our war chariot and importantly roads. The weaver's nice too for our capital. Hammer. We can make another archer too for defense because we do sometimes as Egypt you have to deal with the sea people. In general, let's go make this horse first. We'll just split them up. Yeah, so in general, I played several games as Egypt before recording this. I found that if you don't settle over here pretty early, like now, until maybe turn 70 or 80 or whenever they spawn, the sea people, you can generally get away with not having to deal with the sea people at all. I think I only had one game where I stayed down here and they kind of came at me. Also, there's not a whole lot over here. You got to fish, and you can work this hill tile. But I generally wait until I'm ready to make the Great Lighthouse to settle right here. Yeah, not a whole lot going on over here. Oops. The Oracle. That's my bad. Let's do this. Archer. We don't have roads yet, and I generally down here is safe, but sometimes they'll spawn here and then come on the hill and maybe come right here. So I'm gonna position him between the two cities. Yeah. Yeah, this guy, the second axeman that spawned, he usually comes and challenges us. What do we got? If I go here, that's plus 50%. That's 4.5, still less than him. Yeah, these guys the axemen are tough. I'll send that archer here, because in 2 turns he'll be done. Yep, so he's going to come fight us, but we should be good, because both our cities are protected. And the archers are super strong on the city defense. I hate running from the from the barbarians. Fortunately, this is a bit of luck because I can still lose this fight, which would be very unfortunate. Let's make another archer. Yeah, of course he's got to pillage first. He can't just walk away. Yeah. So what was that? What were the odds for that? 16.6. Um, would that be game over if I lost that fight? I'm not sure. I haven't lost that fight in the games I have played, but that would be very unfortunate. Okay. What's next? So like I said, Oracle is going to research ceremony and calendar. We're going to hit... Um, so right now, commerce is most important, but soon it's going to shift to production being most important, because we're going to have to train a military to take out Nubia and the Levant. Conquer our empire. So I think... let's research towards the light swordsman. Because when I get calendar, I'll be able to make 2 plantations, and that'll give me a good bit of commerce. And we do have another great person coming in 12 turns. And if it's an engineer, I might settle him. We'll see. We'll see. Let's make one more archer. After that, we're going to train a couple of chariots. And we got our oracle ceremony. So I'm kind of torn on the Oracle being available this early, because it feels like it should be a Greek wonder, right? Um, but it's available here in the Ancient Era for all the Bronze Age civilizations to make. I I don't know. I mean, it would make the Egypt game a lot harder if I didn't get those 2 free technologies, but oh well. Yeah, so I want to put pasture here. I want to put mines on these hills. Um, plantation, road here and over here to Israel or to the Levant. So you can see why I want to train a lot of a lot of workers. Um, and let's take you off of that tile. Give it to the capital. Let's make a road here. That's pretty important for our national defense. And you know what? The Hanging Gardens is also super beneficial for our capital. Helps us grow so much faster, because that's an extra 5 healthiness, right? Helps us work all these hill tiles and just run a bunch of specialists later on. Yeah, we're going to do this. Because the War Chariot, if I'm honest, it's not that great. Yeah, I can kill these militias pretty easily. But the Nubians have the Medjay. Medjay? This archer unit, which kicks light cavalry units' ass. And our chariot is a light cavalry. Same strength 4, Two first strikes. So just in general, the as it is now, the Egyptian war chariot is kind of not great. Um, Boom. See, I didn't really emphasize culture that much. Um, let's start making mines here. Like I said, the Egyptian war chariot, it's just not that great. It needs bit of a buff. Because as the Egyptians down here were fighting a unique unit for archer, over here we're fighting archers to take this city. Barbarian Medjay spawn over here once Nubia dies, I believe. So we just need something else. Or a better war chariot, I should say. Let's start making the plantation. There's the copper, like I promised. Once we get that copper online, we're just going to start training a ton of light swordsmen. Because that's the best counter that I found for the all the archers we fight here and over here. Let's go open borders. Nice. We got the hanging gardens. So our capital is about to turn into a agricultural powerhouse, even more than it was before. Wow, plus 16 food. That's what I'm talking about. We're going to have to train. So we're going to get a couple of luxury resources, but we're also going to have to train some military units to keep up with all that. Yeah, let's train a couple of war chariots. And like I said, like I mentioned earlier, this is about the time where you want to start transitioning more towards production. So that's why I want to get these mines on these hills. Yeah. About to get another great person. There's our first plantation. Another happiness, which also adds to our great person birth. You can see it says +5 great person, which I guess that's all engineer, which kind of sucks. Because like I said, the great engineer is kind of not as favorable as the great prophet, but it is what it is. Yeah. Yes, okay. So he can be used to hit writing and priesthood. First, we have to research property. So after alloys, we're going to hit up property. Awesome. So we're going to save you. Oh, shit. Okay. I was afraid of this. But here they are, the sea people. Okay. Don't panic. So this is about the one thing that the war chariot is alright for. Is fighting the sea people. Even still, they excel on floodplains attack, and there's not even floodplains over here. Ugh. Maybe I want archers instead. I'll just wait for them to come to me. Yeah, more workers, more workers. Name of the game. Yeah, I'm glad they spawned so I can kind of get the worst case scenario to show you guys how to deal with it. Oh, Okay, let's send you over here. Damn, damn, damn. I just need more hammers. Alright, they split in two, which is good because they should not be able to take any of these cities. The odds are just too much against them. Okay, yeah. So like I was saying earlier about the Oracle producing so much culture, we're able to steal these tiles from the Nubians. Um, this is their core. So if I get 3 or 4% more culture here, above 80%, this will flip to me. So it's just really nice to kind of put a lot of pressure on the Nubians. Uh, Peacefully. I don't even need to be at war with them to start taking things from them. They're gold. All right. Yeah. Let's go. That's the best case scenario. They did not even pillage anything. So, while the sea people suck, I'm at least grateful that they didn't um, they didn't pillage anything on their way out. I guess they all attacked my capital. Let's make a road here next. I want to hook up that gold too for more happiness. You can usually steal a worker from the Nubians. So I think I might try to go with a war with them pretty soon to steal that worker. We got our cotton. And I think next we're actually going to train a barracks, or construct a barracks, I should say. And this city's going to help contribute towards making light swordsmen. Let's... We got a few turns. Maybe let's make a weaver so we can get some happiness. Also, this extra happiness from these resources does contribute towards the pyramids. Uh, Towards the great birth. Great people birth. Pretty nice. Let's finish that mine. Um, I hate when there's a road here because it lets them kind of be a little bit more proactive with their midjays. So I'm going to try to pillage that road. But I don't want to go into action with only these two chariots because their midjays will seriously just destroy my chariots. So I'm going to wait, I think. And I'm going to move in with a light swordsman as well. Patience. We got property, so we can start making cottages. Oh, look at that. They're having an Egyptian revolt. I haven't been able to peacefully flip this city yet. That would be interesting if I managed to pull that off. Um, let's see. They got 2 workers here now. I just... Let me see. Let's do this. Send an archer here. I'm going to promote you to light swordsman. Yeah, if I can capture both those workers ASAP, that'd be awesome. Because I got a lot of cottages I want to make. Let's go make another mine. No. We're going to use our great profit for writing and priesthood bulbing. So we're going to research arithmetics next. Nice. Nice. Okay. Here we are in the classical era now. And if we're really lucky, we'll get another great prophet who can be used to research literature and philosophy. And then we can make the Great Library. Which, I don't know if I explicitly said it, but that's one of our goals for the 3rd. And right now we're trying to conquer Nubia. And after that we move on to the Levant. We have a little bit less than... We have 27 turns. So we're still doing good. We're just going to start training a bunch of light swordsmen now. I'll show you guys once the war starts. You don't want to use war chariots against their mages. For sure. Copper. I'm thinking. Because I don't want them to walk away, but they're about to. Because they're almost done with that plantation. If I had a little bit more gold. We might sacrifice. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I mean, we don't even need to go to war yet. Even if they declare war and they hide in their city, I'll get the workers whenever I take the city. So let's not rush things. We don't want to rush it. We want to attack when we're ready. We got our gold hooked up. Light swordsman. Worker here, worker here. Yeah. We're gonna wait. Just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. Let's go. Start putting a road here. Help our movement to move to the Levant for our military. There shall be peace in our time. Ah! And we're going to start putting cottages everywhere. cottage. Cottage. I would say the trade-off for light swordsmen, for using light swordsmen to face enemy archers, you normally have to use one light swordsman to weaken them enough for the second guy to kill them. So if they have two medjays, you need at least four. And I like to have a little bit more just to be safe, because I don't want to be in a situation where, you know, I don't have enough military to finish the job. But so I might aim for 5 or 6 for Nubia. Yeah. So we're at 3 now. So in a few turns, less than 10 turns, we're going to declare war. So we have 20 turns to go. So we do need to hurry. What we're going to do is use our chariots to come take the city over here. Because we can fight the militias no problem with our chariots. Let's turn down our research. So we research arithmetics in 7 turns. Right behind the our great person. It keeps flipping from 6 to 4. I can't. Whatever. Okay. We have sufficient military to strike them. So next turn we are declaring war. I've noticed Nubia usually doesn't train more medjays until you declare war. And after that, they will start pumping them out. They do have despotism, so they do use the whip to crank out more medjays. So, don't go to war too early is what I'm saying. Unless you see a really good reason to do that. There we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got more on the way. Let's go. He's a scout. I don't care about scouts. And I like to keep this city. There's a lot of floodplains over here, and it's usually too many floodplains for one city to work. So I don't mind keeping the city alive. Oh yeah, a lot of animals spawn down here. I like how there's more animals on the new map. I guess I'll kill him. More. We can't even like stop producing swordsmen to focus on like an obelisk or library. We just need to pump out so many swordsmen. You see that? He whipped out a Medjay in 1 turn. They are diabolical. Alright. So reduce them from 4 to 2.7. That didn't hurt him at all. 2.7. That was very lucky. That was very lucky. Okay, if you're doing like me, perhaps I should have waited another turn or two because to get more military. Because they will whip out Mages like every turn, or just about every turn. Oof. Okay. Well, we did it. The Nubians have been destroyed. We have 15 turns to conquer the Levant. Which is fine because over here is a lot easier to take than Nubia. I'll show you guys later. Or whenever I get over there. Let me see. We can spare 2 happiness. So we're going to send these 2 archers down to these 2 cities. You're going to heal. Let's finish this plantation. 5 turns. Start gathering our military here. So I did get lucky. I admit it. They typically have 3 Mages if you march in. So they have 2 to start off with, 3 the next turn. You want to have at least 7 light swordsmen to deal with that. Maybe even 8 if you want to be safe. So, and like honestly, these 14 turns are more than enough time to conquer over here. Play it safe. Don't do like I did. Heal. Yeah. Just work these 2 tiles. All right. Ooh, and we got a profit. I love to see that. We are getting very lucky with our great people. But now we do kind of want 1 engineer, so we can rush out the Great Lighthouse. But if not, it's not the end of the world. Just because this city is kind of shitty. Literature and philosophy. Wow. Amazing. Alright. Let's go make a road over here. Yeah, so now these guys spawn. Like, because I didn't get enough of them from Nubia, now they spawn as barbarians. And that's why I don't want to have war chariots on guard duty down here. Because, these guys are tough. These animals that spawn down here, I didn't do it this game, but you can kind of like farm them for XP for your new military units. But yeah, so that's an option. Alright. Next, we gotta head towards navigation for the Great Lighthouse. How many workers do we have? We have 7 workers. So if I have 8, that'll be fine. Well, yeah, we still have a lot of tiles to make. Now, you know what? We don't need another worker. Let's make an archer. And sometimes they kind of like just go south, but sometimes they will come invade your land. So you have to be ready with defenders in these cities. Don't leave these cities unguarded. Um, the cap for killing barbarians is 5 XP. So this chariot can't benefit anymore. That's too low of a chance. Okay. Um, make a road over here. Do we have foreign trade routes? Yeah, we have. So unfortunately, we start with redistribution, which it's nice anyways. I would prefer it, but that really hurts our trade commerce. Um, so it's hard to even get commerce from domestic trade routes. Um, Let me see. What do I want to build here? I want this city to grow big because I want to work these 2 commerce tiles with no food. I'm going to train an archer. Um, so we have 6 light swordsmen. About to have 7. And if we march in with 8, that'll be good, I think. So I think we're almost done training our light swordsmen. We have 10 turns to conquer. We're going to invade next turn. What do I want to build here? We need to start focusing on culture. Because we do need to get 5,000 culture. And I would really love to be able to do that before the Greeks get their Alexander the Great Conqueror event. And that happens a little bit earlier in this map, about 380 BC. So we're going to start to need and focus on culture. So I'm going to train a theater, or build a theater, and run an artist. What'd I say? 7. I think here we can make the Great Library next. But yeah, if I didn't get that second Great Prophet, I'd have to hard tech towards philosophy. And that could be rough. You can use that engineer to rush out the library, but, you know, not optimal. The second wealthiest. We have 9 turns. Let's go. Gonna go make a road over here. So this is what I mean. They have 1 archer guarding here. They might have like another unit here, but it's still a cakewalk. 3 archers here. A little bit tougher, but as you can see, the odds, now that we have some XP, even still, 23%. What was it before? 5% for the mid-J's. The odds are just so much more in your favor. And I do think that the mid-J's should receive a slight nerf for their city defense because they're already strength 4. But yeah. Alright. 23. I'd rather throw in a few. Yeah, so typically for these guys, aim to lose one swordsman for every um, archer they have. And now this should be a cakewalk. Okay. We can take another worker here. Unless he runs away. Which he might. Take 2 workers here. Nice. By the way, you guys probably are aware, but barbarian animals can't enter your borders. That's why I'm not really concerned about this lion. Next, we're going to make a theater to start getting a lot more culture. Let's see. Farm or cottage? I think cottage. Well, yeah, we don't need more food. We do actually want to start making our next settler soon. So we can come make the Great Lighthouse here. Or actually, we don't even... Maybe it's better to make the Great Lighthouse here. Ah, he ran away. Or did he? Oh, wow. Let's see if he can run away. Oh, wow. Thanks, Babylon. Alright. In a few turns, we are going to declare war on the Carthaginians. And I've had a couple games where they have at least like the Sacred Band unique unit and like maybe a swordsman, like maybe 2 or maybe even 3 units. So this one archer is really lucky. I think I'll wait till next turn for these 2 guys to be healed. So let's see about declaring war next turn. Run this artist before I forget. Make an obelisk for more culture. Yeah. This is the last city in the Levant, by the way. So that's what I was saying. Like, even though I was coming into this area with only 10 turns to go, I wasn't worried. That's more than plenty. Where? Yeah. So they do have their unique ability of mercenaries, so they can buy units pretty fast. But still, they just don't have enough to fight me. Ay, ay, ay. Well, if they put up a fight, I'll give them that. There's Assyria. Open borders. And that's all we need from Carthage. So now I just ask for peace whenever he'll talk to me. But he's still pissed off. He'll probably come over here, pillage his resource, the dye, but that's alright. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to even make the Great Lighthouse in Alexandria. This city is just better for production, and already has the culture. Yeah, and like over here has nothing going for it other than the fish. So, whatever. I did do a game as Egypt where I accidentally won the pagan victory, and that was funny. um, so I'm just keeping an eye on here. Basically, 90% of our culture comes from this city, and then to a lesser extent here. But what do we have? We have almost 2,000 culture. It's making 30 culture turn here. We're going to run an artist once it's able to. By the way, shout out again to the Hanging Gardens. You can see it's really helping our population just support so many zero food entities like the mines and the specialists. So that's why it's nice. And by the way, once we research navigation for the Great Lighthouse, we're going to put our commerce into culture just to help our goal a little bit faster. Nice. There's our golden age. Speed up our research a little bit. So we'll be done with our research before the golden age is over. Yeah. Let's do 5 turns. Weaver. Let's do this. Like I mentioned earlier, we are trying to get our culture goal done before Alexander invades us. That would be optimal. There's the Great Library. Nice. Okay. Let's work this tile. I don't want to be working a 2 commerce tile. Construction. See, construction, we don't really want it. But if you are playing the Egypt game at the point where Alexander invades you, then walls are super nice to have in your cities to buy you a little bit more time before he attacks your cities. Um, I think we're on track to win before Alexander invades us, though. So I could trade for this if I wanted to. Yeah. there's a harbor here. Nice. So now I'm hoping for the first time this game for a great engineer, just so I can rush out that great library. What is it? It's 240 production. I wonder how long that would take. A long time. Yeah, somewhere around 30 turns. And that's with the golden age. Damn. Oh well. You'll see. You'll get what we can. When's the deadline? Turn 150? Peace treaty. Construction? No, he wouldn't do that. It's okay, we don't need it. Oh, I should have asked for navigation. No, he wouldn't have given it to me. Ooh, cotton. I don't know why cotton waits to spawn right here. Um, but it is an extra, production and commerce, so. There is our theater done here. Let's start running an artist. What are we at now? Over 2,000 culture. We're getting almost 100 every turn. Not bad. Cross your fingers, please, for a great engineer. Oh! Lucky. I wouldn't have mind not getting a great engineer, because I don't mind playing through the tough games to show you guys how to win. But, of course, I'm going to take advantage of this. If I did not get this great engineer, like I said, I would just have to hard build this Great Lighthouse, which, 15 turns. That's not the end of the world. That would have been fine. Stay away, please. Let's do construction. We're going to train a couple more swordsmen just to fight off the Majays. And as I promised, we're going to turn up our culture slider. We're going to double our culture every turn from 98 to 181. Well, we are in a golden age, but still. I don't know if that's a bug where they kind of just sit on the tile if your borders cover the animal. Oh well. We're going to go hunting. Yeah, so we didn't get any XP, like I said. That's okay. Yeah. Ooh, let's train a couple more archers for more happiness, because we're almost at the happiness limit. And then we can make a library. Let's make a workboat here. Is that Assyria? Yeah. Nice. So my thoughts on Egypt being required to make the Great Lighthouse. It's not optimal for them. I mean, obviously, if you want to win the historical victory, you got to do it. But I don't have hardly any coastal cities. I have the two that I conquered, and I opted not to settle Alexandria because I don't need to, and it's kind of bad land over here. But also I have redistribution, which further hurts my trade routes. Excuse me. Minus 25%. So what are we talking here? Um, this city's getting 3 commerce from trade. um, so I don't know. Also, we don't have historical territory over here, right here on the hills, but I'm not gonna settle here because that would be a really bad city. I'm not gonna settle here. Also, a bad city. I don't know. I think something needs to be done, but I recognize if Greece or Rome conquers the Great Lighthouse, that's super nice for them because they have a ton of coastal cities. I don't know. Maybe it is what it is. Okay. So now our only goal is to get 2,300 culture, and we're trying to do that before Greece spawns with their conquerors. But right now we're kind of just sitting with our culture slider high and making theaters and running artists. Not a whole lot going on. Yeah. I'm getting almost 200 every turn. But the exciting part is done. And we have a nice little empire. Let's take a look at how expensive our empire is to maintain. Wow. like, I kind of hinted at this at the beginning of the game when I settled my second city. Um, 29 civic, 29 gold for civic upkeep while having 6 cities is kind of insane for early classical era. Um, I, I, yeah, I do recognize that Egypt is a rich land, and they probably need crazy modifiers to keep them in their place. And also, this culture slider is keeping me from researching. But still, bloomery. We don't have any iron, so this is of no use to us. I'm just kind of doing nothing with my workers. Theater, so run an artist. Yeah. Um, Can we trade technology for more gold? 20 gold. Maybe. We don't need olives. We're not particularly unhappy either, so. The Hittites are still around. Still open borders. Ooh, there's... I have a lot of culture here. I've never conquered this obsidian before. Nice. 1,500 more. We're getting more than 200 a turn. So we should win 9 turns. We're on track to win way before the Greeks have their event. You know, sure. Why not? A gold per turn. What do you want? Copper. What about wheat? I'm afraid to give you copper. You're going to make a military with it. Whatever. Make a couple of these buildings. For more culture and happiness. The Jewish buildings. What next? It doesn't really matter. I like to do mathematics just for bridge building, but you're on your way to win anyways. Oh, wow. Why would you do that to me? No, 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 no. He killed my workers. Why would he do that to me? Let's run an artist. Yeah, I could produce more culture doing that gold tile. Rude. You can sit there all you want, buddy. I guess... Thought we were going to be friends. What are we at? We're on our way. What are you doing there? Send our reserve military up here. Jerusalem is a lot nicer of a city here in this big map than the old map. I mean, it's not like the most excellent city, but it's nice. Just on its own value. All the resources around it. Why did you... If your goal was to take the Levant from me, you really should have attacked with a bigger military than that, buddy. Is he at war with anyone else? No. Oh, wow, there's their military. I should have waited. Hoof. Trade a couple guys. Yeah, he really should have waited 4 turns or whatever to march it with all his military. He would have won, of course, but, you know. Yeah, we're about to win. 230 culture to go. Oh, we have enough now. No way. Oh, we don't? Okay. Where's our chariot? Wait, I did have another chariot, right? Oh, he's healing. That's right. That's right. Buddy, you ain't gonna win this. We're gonna win at the end of this turn. Ooh, our first military. Great general. Nice. Awesome. That is the Egyptian game, fellas. Wonderful. This was my first historical victory in the new map. This is the second time I've achieved it, but and I did play several games with Egypt. I haven't touched anybody else. But thanks for walking through this. I think I was aiming to make this the first video made on the new map, and I think I accomplished that. Look at our little empire. How beautiful. Nice. 410. I think I had one game where the Greeks invaded in like 380 BC, so we were a few turns early, which is nice. Nice. Very fitting. Very fitting. Yep. There's my 3 victories. My second historical victory, and you can see the accidental pagan victory. um, yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. This was fun. I got some ideas for how to improve Egypt, but overall this was a fun experience. Um, yeah. Stay tuned, guys. I'm playing all the civilizations in chronological order. So I'm starting early, and it's going to take me a long time to work through them all. I think next is Babylon. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching, and take care.